मार्गशीर्ष कृष्ण दशमी दिनांक 12 डिसेंबर 2017 चरक चिकित्सा स्थान अध्याय 16 सूत्र क्रमांक 72-73 पांडुरोग चिकित्सा शंखं चक्रं जलौघान् ददतमृतघटं चारुदोर्भिश्चतुर्भिः सूक्ष्मस्वच्छातिरुद्यां शुकपरिविलसन् मौलिमम्भोजनेत्रं कालाम्भोदोज्ज्वलाङ्गं कटितटविलसच्चारुपीताम्बराढ्यं वन्दे धन्वन्तरिं तन् निखिलगतवनप्रौढदावाग्निनीलम् ब्रह्मणो हि समारब्धा मात्रेयाद्येषु पूजिताम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् आयुर्वेदरतं वन्दे माधवाख्यं महागुरुम् आयुर्वेदामृतं सर्वं शिष्येभ्यो यः प्रदत्तवान् द्रष्टाज्ञानी दृष्टकर्मा कृतकर्मा तथैव च अध्यापकोऽभिषक्श्रेष्ठो महान् संशोधकस्तथा गुणैरेतैः समुदितैः यत्कार्यं प्रतनोद्भि सः समृद्ध्यर्थं हि कार्यस्य वयं नु प्रयतामहे सरस्वत्यै नमो यस्याः प्रसादात् पुण्यकर्मभिः बुद्धिदर्पणसङ्क्रान्तं जगदध्यक्षमीक्षते आत्रेयं प्रथमं वन्दे आयुर्वेदजगद्गुरुम् आयुर्वेदामृतं सर्वं गृहीत्वा हि सुरेश्वरात् अग्निवेशादिकेभ्यो यत् प्रयच्छत् मुनिसत्तमः प्रथमं तन्त्रकर्तारम् अग्निवेशं नमाम्यहम्। अद्य मंगलवासरः अथवा बहुमवासरः मार्गशीर्ष कृष्ण दशमी दिनांक 12 डिसेंबर 2017 चरक चिकित्सा स्थान अध्याय 16 सूत्र क्रमांक 72-73 पांडुरोग चिकित्सा गुळनागर मंडूर तिलांशान मानतः समान पिप्पली द्विगुणां कुर्यात् गुटिकां पांडुरोगिणी. So this is as I said yesterday, it's a very favorite shlok of Fansarkar Guruji. गुळनागर मंडूर तिलांशान मानतः समान. So what you have to do is Nagara Mandura and Pippali Viguna. This is to be prepared and dispensed and ask the patient to take it with Guda and Tila. And this is a Gutika for Pandirogi. Now today's PCOD etc. problems, if there is Pandutva and the flow is also not good or periods are very irregular and delayed menses etc. then this works better as such. And Tila and Guda both are responsible for increasing the rajas. And if we take care of this Pandu as such, then this is a better choice. Secondly, this may not be used with Radhara as such, but in between, to increase the hemoglobin or to take care of Pandu, this is a better choice. But better is to use for PCOD with Pandutva. And most of the medicines, Nagara, Guda, Tila, are dietary or something like that. Only this Mandura and Pippali, this is, we can say, a medicine value or something like that. And some people try to give Vata of Tila and Guda alone or something like that. That is also helpful in these conditions. But this is worth trying, and Consultor used it. I have not used it much, etc. Certain patients I have used it, but not very regularly. May I try to use this? त्र्यूषणं त्रिफला मुस्तं विडंगम चव्यचित्रको दार्वित्वं माक्षिको धातुर्गन्थिकं देवदारुष एतान् विफलितान् भागांश्च चूर्णं कुर्यात् पृथक् पृथक्. So this is another yoga. Triushana Triphala, Musta Vidanga, Chavya and Chitrak both. So it was only Musta Vidanga and Chitrak. Musta Vidanga and Chitrak in Navayas. Now there is addition of Chavya, Darvitvak, Makshik, Makshiko Dhatu, so suvarna makshik, Granthikam Devadarucha, Pippali Mula and Devada. Etan Pipalikan Bhagams Churnan Kuryak Putak Putak. Swadvipalika. So 8 tolas as such. So Makshika is also Dvipalika. Manduran Dvigunam Churnat Shuddha Manjana Sandhipa. So Shuddha Mandur, which is Anjana Sandhipa. Now Swarna Makshik, it has to be just roasted in a iron pan, and that is how it becomes Shuddha. So one can easily use it. It takes lot time to get it formed. But Swarna Makshik and Mandura, so Mandura is Dviguna. गोमूत्र अष्टगुणे पक्त्वा तस्मिंस्तत् प्रक्षिपेत् तथा उन्दुपर समान कृत्वान् दकटवटकान् तान् यथाग्निना उपयुञ्जीत तक्रेण सात्म्यं जीर्णे च भोजनम्. What is to be prakshepa? गोमूत्र अष्टगुणे पक्त्वा तस्मिंस्तत् प्रक्षिपेत् तथा. Okay, so the churnas have to be processed in gomutra, and then Dviguna Mandura is to be added to this. Patva patasmius tat prakshipeet. Udumbara saman krutva vatakam yathagniyan. So the dose is quite heavy. Big. Udumbara saman matra. Yathagni na. This again as per Agni. Upayunjita takrena. It is to be consumed with takra. Satmyam jirne cha bhojana. मंडूर वक्तर का हेते प्राणदाह प्राणरोगिणा पांडुरोगिणा कुष्ठान्यजीर्णकं श्रोत्रम् ऊरुस्तम्भं कफामयान् अर्षांसि कामलां मेहं प्लीहानं शमयन्ति च. So this is basically for good for kafamaya, but pranadah panduroginam, that is important. This seems to be good. Only thing is there is big matra of mandura. Manduran dvigunam churnat. Here he clearly says churnat dvigunam. Gunanagar mandura tilamshan manata saman pippali dvigunam. So pippali is twice of all together, or pippali is just two parts. Gudu, Nagara, Mandura, Tila, one part each. So there I feel it is two parts as such Gudu Pippali. And here Mandura, this is going to be 8 tola or Vipala. So Triushan, Trifala, Musta, Vidanga, Chavya Chitrakau, Darvitvak, Darvyantvak or Darvitvak, Swarna Makshik, then this Granthika and Devadaru, so these become 9 as such. if we catch them one each. Okay. I think we should try this. And this is to be processed in Ashtaguna Gomutra. So may it be possible that we can do it Atapashushka in this bright sunlight season in Grishma Rutu. It is possible for me to do it in Kokand. So 8 times Gomutra to be added to this. Just dry it without any giving any heat or something like that. It should be fine. And then you have to put mandura. Only thing is Udumbara Saman is quite big matra. Might be 4 or 5 grams or so minimum. But it has to be 16 tole की सगळ्या चूर्णाच्या दुप्पट. That is another issue. So I think it's better. But churnat, dvigunam churnat. So it should be double of all these. So if these are 9 into 18 pala, so 36 pala will be mandura. And surprisingly, it is added after this gomutra. Trifala Trikatu taken as 1 part or 3 part. In Hindi translation, they told 3 part. Truly speaking, when they make only 1 or something like that, Tushana or Trifala, then it is to be taken 1 part. Chabbe Chitraka also altogether 1 part. Truly speaking. Sometimes they do as what we saw in Navayas Loha. So Nava Ayaso Bhagaha. So when the category says that 9 parts of Loha, then Trishana and Tifala are taken separately, one part each. But here it would be Trishana together is 1 part or something like that. And when he specifically says Manduram Dviganam Churna, so the Churna will be 18 pala and Mandura will be 36 pala as per this or something like that. 36 pala is quite big amount. So it एक पला 4 तोळे म्हणजे 1 किलो पेक्षा जास्त होणार. 12 So it would be around 1.5 kg of mandura. Or one can say churnam kuryat pruthak pruthak. So every churna is separate. And then of this separate churna mandura is double. So it would be just Gomutraची भावना दिली तर will also be better. But when they say do paka or something like that, Gomutraची paktwa or something, then it's better to give paka. Only instead of another paka, I'm saying anya this atapa paka. So paka has to be there. So I think this is too much. So Chatushpala would be mandura. That will be better. Every churna is dvipala. So Chatushpala would be 160 gram. and that seems to be appropriate. Otherwise, 1.5 kg is too much or something like that. And even then, the mandura vataka, one may try to see with takranupana. They say the pranada. So in serious conditions, this would be useful. So anyway, I think better is to take these dvipala and so suvarna makshik also is dvipala and mandura chatushpala and to be processed first in gomutra and then mandura to be added, something like that. कुष्ठानि अजीर्णकं शोथम ऊरुस्तंभम कफामयम्. अर्षांसि कामलां मेहं क्लिहानं शमयन्ति च. Okay, I think let us try this. ताप्याद्रिजतुरूप्यायो मलाः पंचपलाः पृथक् चित्रक त्रिफला व्योष विडंगैः पलिकैः सह शर्कराष्टफलोन्मिश्राश्चूर्णिता बधनाप्लुताः अभ्यस्यास्त्वक्षमात्रा हि जीर्णे हितमिताशिनाम् कुलत्तकाकमाच्छादि कपोतपरिहारिणाम्. So tapyadilo is also there. Some misconception. So tapyadi and tapyadri, these are two pathavedas. And when we say tapyadri jatu, then it is tapya and adri jatu is chilagatu. And when we say tapyadi, then there are other things. Now here it seems only tapyadri, but in Guneshastri he has taken tapyadi as the part, and in Vagpat I suppose above this there are certain other yogas. Udumbar is a paryaya of karsha. Okay, so it wants 1 tola. So the maximum dose is 10 gram. 1 tola is also 10 or 12 gram. Okay. Tapya adrijatu rupya ayomalaha panchapalaha pruthak. So tapya adrijatu rupya and ayomala is mandura. So these are all 5 pala separate. Chitraka trifala vyosha vidangaihi palikaihi saha. And these are palika each. Sharkarashtapalon mishram churnitaha. And ashtapalon mishra sharkara madhuna plutaha. We are loaded with madhu. Abhyasyaha to akshamatrahi. And 1 aksha is again karsha jirne hitamitashina. And then after jirna hitamita ashana kulatta kakamachadi kapota pariharina. So kakara varga is to be excluded or avoided. So whenever there is shilajatu, this is to be avoided. That is one aspect. And maybe when we are using Chandraprabha or Arogyavardhini, in which there is a shilajatu, or even for that matter, Kaupeda shilajatu. So we may try to refer Ganesh Shastri's part, Tapyadi, and so the beauty of this is it contains both suvarna makshik, mandoor. And these are more in quantity. So when they say Panchapala Prathak, everything is Panchapala, and Panchapala is quite big amount, particularly for Raupya. So 200 grams of that around. Okay. But the thing is, it is having Sharkara Ashtapala. And Abhyasyaha. So this has to be practiced or something like that. This is to be continued for a longer period. Now these seem to be a single yoga to be given to the patient, and one has to escape one meal, and in the evening when this is digested, then one should go for Hitamitasana or something like that. So anyway, as I said, Sarkar and myself also use Tapyadi in much more quantity, and for generally all patients. Only thing is our dose is very small, not like this. And Tapyadi alone is not used. It is mixed with some other medicines as well. But it is one of the ingredients. And particularly for Vata Prakopa, maybe due to Margavaroda, maybe due to Dhatukshaya, this works. That is another issue. And Raupya is one of the important ingredients in this, besides Shilajatu and Suvarnamakshi and Mandura as such. But this works fine in that. Chakrabarti Datta is not mentioning anything about. I'm just having doubt whether Ayo and Ayomala are two different things to be both to be taken or something like that. Triphala, Tripkatu, Vidanga, Chitrak are almost in every kalpa. That is true. So as I said, they help in Dhatu Parampara, Dhatu Poshana, and so these are of help in varieties of ways. All are rasayana actually. त्रिफलायास्त्रयो भागाः त्रयः त्रिकटुकस्य च भागश्चित्रकमूलस्य विडङ्गानां तथैव च पञ्चाश्मजतुनो भागास्तथा रूप्यमलस्य च. So 3 bhag of triphala. So here it is say one part each. Trayaha trikatukasya cha. 3 parts of trikatuka. Bhagashchitrakamulasya vidanganam tathaiva cha. Bhagachchitrakamulasya. So one part of Chitraka Vidangamula, Pancha Ashmajatuno Bhagaha. So Shilajati 5 parts. Tatha Rupya Malasya cha. Rupya Mala. Rupyamala, Upyamalam Rupyasya yat kittam bhavati tad jneyam. I have not heard of this. Elaborate difference between lauh and mandoor. अपना clinically. Mandura has to be taken with लोहा and मंडूर कल्पना कल्प है का ते कल्पना one A missing. Mandura is required to be minimum 80-year-old, and generally it is derived from the tofkana or tofa, what is called in English, I don't remember, from old forts. And when they are taken from old fort, it is minimum 300 to 400-year old. So that is best to do. And one laying in Bangar or something like that, or years or something like that. But minimum 80 years is the thing. So it has a kala samskar. Most important aspect in this is the digestion of it is taking, and by nature, and that is how it becomes laghu for digestion. That is one of the important aspects of using mandura. So kala samskara and pachana till that of that by self agni. As we know, each dravya is having its own agni, and it keeps on digesting it over a period. So Mandora is 80-year-old. Then we can imagine this samskara or something like that. लोखंडाला आलेला गंज खरडून घेणे अपेक्षित आहे का? Yes.
तसं असेल तर आपण अगदी गंज घासून का टाकतो? गंज घेत नाही.
नाही नाही, हे जर तोफा बिफा जुन्या असतात ना,
नाही ते झालं, पण रोजच्या ह्याच्यातला गंज असा साठवला तर काय बिघडलं?
if I have iron vessels, they may not have that kind of ganja. That is one thing, and it's a oxidation process to this fish. When it comes with contact with oxygen of the air, the iron, and there is gradual transformation of it, and then this becomes red or something like that. And for coloring also, this is used as a basic color, and then you use any other color. So this helps preventing from rusting of that iron or something like that. So this is a natural process to protect internal iron or something like that. But if it stays for hundreds of years, then gradually the rusting will go beneath.
ज्याला गंज आल्यानंतर आपण अगदी त्या पुसून धुवून वगैरे घेतो, त्याच्या तशीच वापरायला पाहिजे ना.
पण मंडूर 80 वर्षाचं किमान जुनं पाहिजे.
असं जास्त घेतलं तर काय होणार?
हिनवणाचं आहे.
ते काढून ठेवून द्यायचं.
How many years you will store it? It is rather difficult to store it at home. So best thing is to get it from these ancient places, forts, etc. And I am not aware from where do they bring when they sell it in the market as a mandoor. But truly speaking, this should be minimum 100-year old. Asavarishta, Puranagurta, etc. As the time passes, it becomes more sukshma. That is true. सध्या मिळणारे मंडूर भस्म कशापासून मिळवत असतील? So I think this should be old this, but I am not aware, really speaking. And this Kala Samskara and Pachana by Kala. This is important Samskara. And it helps in Lagutva of that thing. So as compared to iron, Mandura is Laghu, easily assimilable in the body. And so we may emphasize on Mandura rather than Loha or something like that. Of course, I am doubtful about the availability of Mandura. And we may try to search in iron mines. I don't know. In this Bihar, Bokaro and other places, there might be mandoor available, which is staying in the ores, in the ore form, deep inside the mines. I am not aware. I heard about Vivekananda, Swami Vivekananda, one strange story. The Jamshedji Tata was in search of a place wherein coal is available, iron is available, water is available, and
Transport.
Transport. So Vivekananda was Dhyanastha, and he said, yes, there is a place, and he pointed this Bokaro place in Bihar. Jamshedpur, huh? Okay. Jamshedpur. And it was like Adivasi area over there, forest and other things. But Tata accepted this advice and he could flourish with that. So mining, he started mining and he could flourish with that. And this has come from Vivekananda. This is rather strange or something. I have not heard any story of Vivekananda like this, helping people in this sort. But this is the story I have heard about it. Anyway, makshikasya च शुद्धस्य लौहस्य रजसस्तथा. So makshika shuddha. As I said, suvarna makshik is just to be heated in iron pan, and that becomes shuddha, something like that. Lohasya rajasastatha. So shuddha loha and shuddha rajas or something like that. Now rajata can be used in the form of varka. There is a custom of using raupya varka, like suvarna varka. So it can be used raw. So that should not be a problem. Make a pasta and use it or something like that. अष्टौ भागा सितायश्च तत्सर्वं सूक्ष्मचूर्णितम् माक्षिकणाप्लुतं स्थाप्यम आयसे भाजने शुभे. This is to be all loaded with makshika and then to be kept in ayasa patra, shubha ayasa patra. Udumbar samam matram tadak khade thagnina. And then Udumbara Samamatra is this, he's saying Karsha or something like that. As per Agni, Dine Dine Prayinjita Jirne Bhojam Yathepsita. So to be used every day, and after when it is digested, Yathepsita Bhojam. So whatever he desires, he can eat. Varjayatva Kulathane Kakamachin Kapodakam. Only these are exceptions. Kulatha Kakamachin and Kapota not to be used. Yogaraja iti khyataha yogoyam amrutopamaha. So this is called as Yogaraja, and this is Amrutopama Yoga. Rasayana vidam sreshtam sarvaroga haram shiva. So this is Rasayana sarvaroga hara Shiva. So when they say Shiva, Shiva is doing Kalyana. Sheve bhave Shivastitaha. So that is his original form, making Kalyana. So this was a time being that he destroyed everything, that Advara, something like that. And so when it is said like Kalyana Shiva or something like that, then it has some Adhidevika sense. Pandurogam Vishankasam Yakshmanam Vishamajvaram Kushtanya Neham Shosham Shwasam Parochakam Visheshadhyantapasmaram Kamalang Udajani. Now these three lines exactly are there for the Tapyadi in Vagbata. So the part is different. So what he says about Tapyadi in these, here it is for the Yogaraja from Charaka. And Rasayana Vidam Shreshtham, this is Shreshta Rasayana. Sarvaroga Haram Shivam, and has a capacity to conquer all diseases. So let us have this part once again. त्रिफलायास्त्रयो भागास्त्रयस्त्रिकटुकस्य च भागः चित्रकमूलस्य विडङ्गानां तथैव च पञ्चाश्मजतनो भागास्तथा रूप्यमलस्य च. I am still not aware of Rupyamala. What is Rupyamala? Makshikaccha suddhasya lauhasya rajasasthatha. So even Raupya is also there, but Rupyamala is also there. Taramakshika, like suvarna makshika that we get. I'm not aware whether we get it or something like that. Vimala. So we may try to do this.
च्यवनप्राश सारखंच खायला सांगितलंय.
हो ना, पण मधाने हे करून लोखंडाच्या भांड्यात ठेवायचं, मधाने आपलं करून.
पण हे पातळी करता नाहीये त्या मनाने. पातळी करता
हे उपयोगी पडेल. सर्व रोग हर शिव रसायन.
काय झालं पण त्याने जर रोग
ल्युकेमिया ला चालेल असे वाटते. That is true. I'm just thinking that this could be a good medicine if we are able to prepare it properly. So let us. Have you used mandoor vatak in kafaja kushtha? Any experience, please? No, I have not used. After seeing this, I have a strong feeling that I will prepare mandoor vatak, and that should not be a big problem as such to prepare it. but I have not used it up till now. So Visheshadantapasmaram Kamalang Gudajanicha, that I have been using Tapyadi Loha for this Apasmara and Kamala Arsha. For all these I am using this. Shosham Swasam Arochakam. And secondly, one has to use it in large quantity. That is another thing. There was one Vaidya Zail, and he saw one of the patients of Polatkar sir, and then suggested one medicine. And Polatkar sir then asked, only this medicine you are saying? And he said, yes, every time it has to be like that only. He was surprised with this question. And he said, single medicine has to be given, or something like that. And that was his tradition. Even as I said, Suhas Parsure's father was having this tradition. So he would prepare a single medicine for the patient, that's all, and ask the patient to come after 1 week or so till he requires time for preparation of medicine. And that is his medicine or something like that. So we have to be very sure that this alone is going to work, and single drug or something like that. I think he used Lakshmi Narayan Ras in Grudrasi after delivery. And Lakshmi Narayan generally we are using for Jwara, for Datar Guruji's part. Jwara. So Koratkar sir asked, how come you use Lakshmi Narayan? And he said it is Sutika Vata. So it is for Sutika Vata basically. It is useful in Jwara, that is, there is, in Parashruti there is Jwara. But basically it is for Sutika Vata. So we try to remember the adhikaran or the adhikar of that medicine. And here I find that Dhatunam Satya Shaithilyam, Ojasascha Gunakshayaha, and Pandutva, these are very commonly seen or something like that in varieties of patients. So we basically try to use medicines from Pandurogadhyaya, maybe Tapyadi, maybe this Yogaraj, or maybe Navayas, or maybe mandoor, vatak, and try to get results, or at least make a combination from these medicines and use them in varieties of patients. So when it says Visheshadanti Apasmaram, Visheshad Apasmaram Hanti, or something like that, then it is evident that it can reach up to mind. That is still another aspect or something like that. Unmada and Apasmara, these are diseases associated with mind and such. And we have a way of using Panchakarma first, Sruta Shuddhi, and then we can deal with the mind. And those medicines which have this kind of effect in Unmada or Apasmara or something like that, then it has a capacity to change the mindset. Major problem today is people come with a particular mindset, and they are not open to any other thought process or something like that. Unless and until they become open and they start thinking in different way, then only they will be able to overcome this. But unfortunately, this is like a futile effort if you try to convince them about other ways. If we have panchakarma procedures and shuddhi, sharira shuddhi, then this becomes easier. That the mind, which is vipluta, settles in its own space or something like that. And secondly, these kinds of medicines, that is why I started using Mahakalyana Prabhupada. This is one of the reasons for treating cancer patients, or when there is lot of psychological stress, etc., then Mahakalyana Prabhupada helps or something. So, those medicines which are used for this Unmada and Apasmara, those are helpful in treating mind or ego and intellect, etc., etc. So ultimately, it's a pradnyaparadha associated with intellect. And if we try to deal with it in a mechanical way, the conventional medicine has antidepressant drugs, mood elevators, etc., etc., or even this pushpaushadhi, flower remedy. They have medicines which have direct action on the mind or something like that. And symptomatically, they can relieve the patient. That is what is observed, and this is a mechanical process. It's not like counseling. Counseling does help, but if the person is not in a mood to perceive, you can't do anything. So there has to be some mechanical way to reach the mind and the intellect of the person, and these are certain medicines. Panchakarma helps in that, and these are certain medicines which have been described in Unmada and Apasmara, that they can reach up to this mind, intellect, etc., etc. The basic issue is buddhi medhabhimanadhyayir abhipretartha sadhanat sadhakam prutyatam pittam. This is a form of pitta, sadhaka pitta, which does abhipretartha sadhana. Most of the times people don't know what is abhipreta or what is abhipretartha, what they want in their life or something. And when they are confused that whether I want this or that, and if I get this, I will have these problems. If I get this, then I will have these problems, etc., etc. In Panchatantra, there is a story that some Rakshas or something like that is present over a person, and he asks, whatever you want, you can ask me, demand for that. So one of his friends says that better you ask for a kingdom and you become a king, and I will be your mantri. And then we'll have wealth, everything, power. You can live happy life. His wife says, no, no, this is a very stressful job. Being a king is a very stressful job. So you better ask for two more hands and one more head. So you can work from both the sides. And you have a double earning, and then you will be happy. And he demands for that, he gets that, and people kill him, supposing that he is a demon or something like that. So, where my happiness lies, that is an important issue. With what shall I be satisfied? That is an important issue, and one has to find answers to these questions by self. Nobody is going to help that person for that reason. And this is dependent on the intellect, and the intellect is constantly developing, or the buddhi is jnana in these processes, and that keeps on changing. You keep on acquiring knowledge. It is conceived or it is perceived on the basis of previous knowledge, previous experiences. So it is already tinted with your own views, previous views. whatever you accept as a new, something like that. And then it goes in a very different way. So, I have always been saying that Shabda Jnana and Shabda Bodha are different things. In Chakrapani Datta, there is one sentence in this Atmendriya Manorthanam Sannikarshat Pravartate Vyakta Tadatveya Buddhi Pratyaksham Sannivichyate in 11th chapter in Sutrasthana, while explaining Pratyaksha Jnana or something like that. इह प्रत्यक्षफलरूपापि बुद्धिः प्रत्यक्षशब्देन अभिधीयते तथैव लोकव्यवहारात्. What Chakravarti Datta comments on this, that the buddhi, pratyaksha falarupa, which is an outcome of pratyaksha jnana, is said to be as pratyaksha jnana. Parmarthatastu yato bhavati indriyadehi idrushi buddhi tat pratyaksha. But truly speaking, or in philosophical aspect, the buddhi gets generated from pratyaksha jnana and apendriya manokarthanam sannikarshat pravartate vyakta tadatveya buddhi. At the same instance, what we experience is pratyaksha jnana. Further, it gets acted upon our previous experiences, our previous mindset, etc. And we derive things, or we have knowledge or understanding based on that. Common example, we see an accident on the road. Generally, we are ignorant. We just say it happens and we go on something. But if it happens to be one of our friend or family relative or something like that, then the knowledge is same, accident has happened, but we rush for help. And if it happens to be our enemy, then we are happy or something like that. So same situation, but understanding is different, action is different. And this is true for any knowledge or any experience that we get. And that is why when there are 40-50 students in front of you, you say the same words. The Shabda Jnana is the same. There is no change in the Shabda Jnana. But Shabda Bodha is different. Everybody understands it in a different manner as per his previous knowledge, his previous experiences, etc., etc., and behaves accordingly or something like that. In this Kavya Prakash, Sarvesham Prayashorthanam Vyanjakatvam Apishyate. Bhammata says every meaning has Vyanjakatva, Vyanjaka Artha or something like that. Pashya Nischala Nishpanda Kamalini Patre Rajate Balaka. So, the Prayasi says to Priyakar that, see, this is Pashya Nischala Nishpanda Kamalini Patre Rajate Balaka. So it's a duck and Kamalini Patra, Nischala and Nishpanda. Now the clear meaning is like this only. Shabdartha, Vachartha, it is standstill like that. But it implies that as the Balaka is like this Nischala and Nishpanda, so this is Nirjana Sthana. So there is no crowd, not very many people are coming here. So that is not disturbing her, Balaka or something like that. And further meaning, Vyangyartha is, so this is a good place for us to meet. There are not many people, not many people know this place or something like that. So this is our Sanketa Sthala or something like that. Now if that Priyakar is not understanding this, he will say, oh, she is saying about that Balaka, it is seen, that's fine. But he may not understand the underlying meaning or something like that. So in that way, Uh, when they say this is useful for apasmar unmad or something like that, then it has a change to it has a capacity to change the mindset, and at least we should find a loophole to enter the person's intellect and start convincing him in that loophole or something like that. One of the ways is the way in which he is thinking. We have to introduce the losses or the other part of that. If you are thinking in this like that, you are going for chemotherapy, radiation, because the doctor has said, and this is the only way or something like that. But are you aware that it decreases your immunity, and when the immunity decreases, then there are chances of recurrence? Now he is totally unaware of this condition, this scenario, that it decreases immunity, and ultimately it's a disease associated with loss of immunity. Then you start introducing, okay, if you want that this should not happen, then your immunity should be intact. You should start with rasayana treatment, only milk diet or something like that. And then in current scenario, the advantages of chemotherapy and disadvantages of chemotherapy, if you weigh them, you will see that there are more disadvantages from chemotherapy and less advantages of chemotherapy. It's better not to indulge in chemotherapy, just keep on with immunity improving aspect. Then he may start understanding it. It's still difficult because he has this particular thought process fixed by doctor. So this is the only way. You have to kill the cells, otherwise they will grow, that they will spread, and they will kill you or something like that, the cancer cells. And this is very firm notion they have. And then if you start saying something, no, no, you have to build up immunity, and immunity will take care of the cancer, etc., etc. You can live with the cancer. Nobody understands. Nobody even tries to understand it or something like that. So it's a tedious process, truly speaking. If we have panchakarma, buddhi prasadam balamindriyam, buddhi prasada is one of the important aspects of falashruti of shodhanam. So what is buddhi prasada? It has become malina, it is tinted, and you take off that malinya and you start seeing what the things are as what they are or something like that. Otherwise, this is something that that is tinted, and you don't understand the original thing. So, knowing things as what they are is important, and people lack in that. They are taken to different paths by different people, and they don't understand what is proper, what is improper, or something like that. And then they fall prey to varieties of complications. Yesterday only I had one case of breast cancer at the age of 33. And there was some so-called small lesion in the ovary. The report said that you correlate with CA125. CA125 was done. It was just 4-5 or something like that. Still, she was exposed for panhysterectomy at the age of 33. She already has undergone 4 chemotherapy first, then lumpectomy only, and then along with lumpectomy, panhysterectomy, and then 4 chemocycles or something like that. This is very disgusting. Hmm? This advice was improper right now. And the doctor was forcing that why you are delaying in making decision, etc. Don't you understand that this is very serious and like that? at this age, 33 age, she has lost uterus and ovaries. What about the hormonal imbalance? Then he has said that you have to continue with hormones for minimum 5 years or something like that. Fortunately, her ERPR HR status is much better. ERPR positive and HR negative. That's most ideal. But if there are no honest doctors, if they have haphazard knowledge about this, and then they can force patients and patient relatives like anything. And this is again the destiny of the patient. So I was really shocked at the age of 33, this kind of advice being given and implemented. So how do we change that? That is another important aspect in that. But this is rather difficult right now. So what we can do is we can keep on emphasizing our way, efforts, etc., and make people aware of this or something like that. Anyway, we continue tomorrow, and let us see. आयुर्वेदः प्रकाण्डो निगदितैः हि शल्यतन्त्रप्रधानः शिष्येभ्यः शाश्वतोऽयं निखिलजनकृपा व्याप्तचित्तेन येन आयुर्वेदस्य वाञ्छन् पुनरपि भुवने ताञ्च सुष्ठु प्रतिष्ठां श्रेष्ठं धन्वन्तरिं तं प्रणमति च सदा वैद्यवर्गो हि नूनम् वैद्यवर्गो हि नूनम् विरम्यते व्याख्यानव्यापारः श्वः पुनरपि मिलिष्यामः